Hello everyone, I'm Robert, that guy you met today. If we haven't met, go ahead and scroll through my YouTube videos and let's get to know each other. So I've just got a really quick update because I think it's really important that I don't just show when things are going correctly, and I gotta show when I'm just really screwing things up. I think it's so important, so let's go ahead and do that. So of course, this is my 1993 Chevy Corvette that is being turned into a go-kart currently, and off camera, I've been doing some work on this roll cage to get some of the the pipes cut to fit properly. You can see the previous video to see kind of the roadblock that we ended up there. But we're just working on this off camera because it's all really boring stuff, quite frankly, and I'd rather just kind of get to a closer point and then start actually making a full video. But we started working on that. We got some of our rear bars cut down. We just have to put the angle on them so it joins in on the frame rail. But that isn't where I screwed that up. This has actually been going really well. We were cutting away the rest of the fiberglass from this tub, and this right here is a fuel line, or the fuel lines. And as I was cutting the bodywork away, I cut into the fuel lines. Just enough that they leaked. I guess just some of the gas that was left over in the lines started to come out. Not very happy about that, not happy. And then speaking of cutting too deep, I also cut into part of the rear wiring harness as well. So the brake lights, none of the rear lights are working at all, and there's a light now on in the dash for the keyless entry, which doesn't really matter because I don't have the remote for the keyless entry, but now this is something that I have to deal with that I did not plan on. So I think in the grand scheme of things, these are problems that were just caused by sheer stupidity. The wires, it was mainly because I was trying to cut that bodywork off alone, and I should have waited until I had someone here to help me hold all those wires back, because I had moved them out of the way, but just the tension on the wires caused them to flop back over into where my blade was cutting. And then over here, this was probably kind of unavoidable because I didn't know that the fuel lines were going on this side of the frame rail, because it appeared that they were going on the other side. But had I been a little bit more observant, I wouldn't have been able to see through the wheel well and see that the fuel lines were going up in there. So this is really just teaching me that before I start chopping into things, I need to just do my best to see as much of what I'm cutting into as possible. Like this 5 minutes of looking around could have prevented this, and that's really why this is so upsetting. But all that stuff is okay. That's stuff that can be repaired. The fuel line, I don't really know how to repair that, so I'm gonna have to do some research, but that was something that we were gonna have to cut into anyway to install our fuel cell, which is in the mail on the way. It's just, I wasn't planning on doing that right now. I was planning on doing that next week, but I've got to do something about it now because I need to weld right on top of where that cut is. I'm gonna need to weld right in this general area once I get the angle cut into this pipe. So it's gonna be right next to this. So I've got to address this really before I can continue with anything else. But we got kind of everything done that we wanted to do, and on the next full update, we'll talk about how we got to this point. So I just wanted to kind of fill you guys in because I think it's just important to show that this doesn't go smoothly 100% of the time, but I'm excited to at least get it fixed. So should I run into another issue like that, at least I'll know how to deal with it. So that's all for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to thumbs up, comment, and subscribe, and don't forget to click that little bell so you stay on top of this entire project, because it's gonna be awesome. Or it's gonna be really awesome watching me screw things up. Thanks for watching.